and welcome to the 9th edition of Marex Maritime News Bulletin. These are the headlines on 13th April 2020. Virus hampers repatriation of 4,000 Indian seafarers on cruise ships of UK. COVID-19 impacts port operations in India. Families of Indian seafarers share concerns over spouses at sea. And now the news in detail. UK government ministers are in discussion to repatriate around 4,000 Indian seafarers currently stuck on cruise ships lying otherwise empty near the port of Southampton. But corona travel restrictions are hampering their return home to India. These Indian seafarers are currently in the UK aboard cruise vessels owned by global cruise operators like P&O Cruise, the Carnival Group and Cunard Line. The Carnival Group has responded to our enquiries, saying that they are doing their utmost to repatriate their crews safely back to their homes. Meanwhile, Marex contacted the High Commission of India in London and also the Indian envoy to the UK, Mrs. Ruchi Ghanesham, through Twitter, to get an update on the plight of these seafarers. Her response is awaited. Around the world, however, up to 25,000 Indian seafarers remain trapped aboard cruise ships in Australia, in the US and in Panama, with yet no plans to have them transported back home. The ongoing pandemic and lockdown in most countries across the globe has caused disruption to logistic chains, leading to delays in clearing of goods from ports and bringing untold difficulties to many cargo owners, suspending operations and detaining containers and consignments. But Indian ports appear to be handling matters better than most. JNPT Chairman Mr. Sanjay Sethi spoke to Marex directly from the port premises.
का काम सुचारू रूप से चालू है और मुख्यतः कंटेनर पोर्ट होने की वजह से बहुत से स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं जिनको एकत्रित लाना बहुत ज़रूरी था। इसलिए रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट, रेल ट्रांसपोर्ट, कंटेनर फ्रेट स्टेशन, कस्टम एजेंट्स, एम्प्टी यार्ड, इस तरह के कुछ 10 से 12 स्टेक होल्डर्स जो है इनका समन्वय स्थापित किया गया और आज के दिन में हम अपनी नॉर्मल कैपेसिटी के 60 से 70% पे हम जो है काम कर रहे हैं और इसमें सभी जो स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं उनके कंसर्न्स को एड्रेस किया गया है। हमारे खुद के कामगार और अधिकारियों के लिए उनकी सेफ्टी के लिए सब इक्विपमेंट जो है वो दिलाया गया है, साथ ही सबके लिए इंश्योरेंस कराया गया है। आसपास के गांव में फुवारनी की गई है। यहाँ पे भी सभी टर्मिनल सहित हम जो है हमने ये सैनिटाइजेशन का प्रोग्राम अपने हाथ में लिया है। हमने गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को अपने CSR फंड में से 16.5 करोड़ की राशि का योगदान दिया है और हम अपने हॉस्पिटल में भी कोविड पेशेंट्स के लिए अलग से हॉस्पिटल बनाने की हमने तैयारी की।
Dr. Abhijit Singh, Executive Director, Indian Ports Association, briefed Marex in this regard.
75% of port employees and up to 90% of non-port employees are reporting for duty. And this was possible basically with the efforts when efforts were made to restore confidence among port workers by initiatives like self-declaration forms obtained from all employees, basically 90% covered, and infected people were self-quarantined. Specific WhatsApp group for home quarantines started with daily monitoring of their health status and for clarification of doubts. Separate bed isolation ward were made available with and mock drills conducted for admitting COVID patients. Exclusive quarantine facilities readied with basic amenities like TV, cable connections, food, beverage, etc. Exclusive quarantine facilities were readied also for CISF constable returning from leave and outstation. Daily disinfection is being done of entire port premises, including hospitals. Standard operating procedures were made for home quarantine shared with all. awareness items made like pamphlets, videos on preparedness, videos on hand washing techniques, and were shared with all medical departments. Exclusive awareness programs were conducted for port officials, port health officers, and DRF at port for all stakeholders. SMS on awareness COVID-19 initiated. Staggered posting of employees made part of roster. Screening of vessels at port is being carried out as per prescribed standard operating procedures. There was also additional collection spot made for biomedical waste in operational areas were identified and made functional. Moreover, around 48,500 passengers have been scanned between 27 Jan to 8th April using thermal scanner at Indian ports, out of which 41,500 people were scanned at major ports. 11 hospitals across major port equipped with the PPEs and N95 masks with doctors and paramedical staff round the clock available. In some ports, a part of hospitals were earmarked for COVID-19 with separate entry and exits. In addition, to provide relief to trade, order issued by Ministry of Shipping for relaxing financial burden on stakeholders, like for not charging penalties, demurrages, charges, fees, rentals for any delay in berthing or unloading and loading operation or evacuation of cargo. And each major port has been instructed to exempt and remit any kind of a demurrage, ground rent, over and above free periods, penal anchorage and berth hire charges, and any other performance related penalties, including minimum performance guarantee wherever applicable.
Mumbai Port Trust Chairman Mr. Sanjay Bhatia submitted his views.
Mumbai Port has been running its port operations quite successfully. Nearly 100% of the port operations are going on. In the last about 10 days, we have had 58 ships. We have handled about 1.2 million tons of crude cargo, based on which all the refineries are functioning. All this we have achieved through a very, very skeletal staff. Only 20% of our operational staff is working, and we have made arrangements for them to be completely isolated and inside the port. So all cooking arrangements made inside the port so that they don't need to go out. Very, very few people go out and travel. And if anyone is traveling, he is traveling in a fumigated vehicle. On the gate also, we have kept a lot of precautions, like everyone who enters the port has to have a mask, wash his hands, pass through a fumigation tunnel, his fever is checked, an interview taken on where he has been, from which locality he is coming. So we have been taking a lot of precautions in this regard. Even for the administrative staff and financial staff, everyone, the head of departments are working with single people. All the meetings are on the Zoom. And there is a control room functioning separately from the colony. It's been quite successful till date.
4-year-old Rohit and 10-year-old Rashmi were looking forward to have their father home over the holidays. But now they are sorely disappointed. Their father, a seafarer, has completed his contract, but there is no way for him to leave his ship and reach home. In the clutches of the coronavirus, the world is in a paralyzed state, and seafarers' families are taking the psychological burn on this pestilence of near biblical proportions. Rohit's mother is facing up well with the challenges, but a mix of frustration and worry are writ large on her face. Rohit is down with the flu, and the mother sorely misses her husband's support at such times. With no clarity on when global transportation will reopen, thousands of families of shipboard staff are suffering in similar fashion. In messages sent to Marex, families of Indian seafarers have shared their anguish. The emotional cries, tears at our hearts, but they remain strong and positive. Here's a message from a lady who is a seafarer's wife, a seafarer's mother, and a seafarer's daughter-in-law as well. I am used to being without my husband and son at home, and also used to tackling difficult situations in life on my own. But now I worry about my husband and son constantly, for their safety in foreign lands, especially where the coronavirus is rampant. But I am very positive. Even if my husband and son had completed their contracts, I would have encouraged them to stay on board for now, because it is very unsafe to travel anywhere in the world. Moreover, with communications so easy nowadays, I talk with them and see them on the phone every day. So just be where you are, you on board and us at home. That is best for all. Here's another message from a seafarer's wife.
All sailor wives are finding it difficult to manage the housework, children, and our own work during this global pandemic. But I want all the sailors to know that you all have tough, strong families and we are taking good care of ourselves. Please don't worry about us. However, we do worry about you because we never know which port the ship will call on next and who you will come in contact with. So I want you all to be safe and to come back home soon.
In other news now, India's leading seafarer union, NUSI, has launched a Seafarers Got Talent initiative, primarily to keep Indian seafarers and their family members engaged during the ongoing lockdown period in India. Under this noble initiative, NUSI has invited Indian seafarers and their family members to display their drawings, paintings, songs, music, dances, or poems on NUSI's Facebook page by sending entries at nusi.talent@gmail.com. Thank you for watching this news bulletin. Please follow social distancing norms and stay home safe. See you all next Monday.